Welcome to Sidekicks with Heather Gudenkauf and Lolo, where we chat with your favorite authors and their pets. Today, we have the pleasure of talking with Christina McDonald, the critically acclaimed USA Today best-selling author of The Night Olivia Fell and Behind Every Lie. Hi, Christina. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
Good, good. Tell us about your sidekick.
This is Tango. Tango is my beautiful golden retriever. She's 2 years old, and she's just been the greatest addition to our lives. We got her when she was a puppy, and actually she's panting in my ear. We were originally going to get a puppy from the rescue center, but then I found out when I went to register, I found out that you have to have children over 5 in order to rescue a dog here in the UK. So we couldn't do that because I have a child who was under 5 at the time. So we started looking at other dogs, and we decided on a golden retriever who's just, most people know they're meant to be really good family dogs, and we got her. And actually, the story of how we got her is crazy because we'd been on a list for months, about 5 months, to get Tango. And when the puppies were born, we were really happy, and we went out to visit the puppy the whole time. And the day before we were meant to get her, what are you doing? The puppy, the breeder called us up and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we gave away your puppy."
Oh, no.
My boys were crying, and we were so upset. So we had to get on another list, and it worked out fine because we got Tango in the end. But it was definitely a long saga to get this girl.
Oh, well, beautiful. How did Tango get his name?
Her name.
Her name, sorry. Her name, yes.
She got her name. Actually, her name was just the litter name was, they were all names of dances. So Samba, Lindy Bop, and Tango. And we just thought it was so cute. It was really unique and different, and we loved it so much, we decided to keep it.
Perfect. Does Tango have any guilty pleasures?
Oh, so she loves pig ears, which is just so gross. Like hearing her crunch these dried pig ears is just so gross. The guilty pleasure is just she thinks she's a lap dog, and she's not.
Oh,
she's huge. She weighs probably the same as my 11-year-old. She's just huge, and she just thinks she can fit on my lap all the time.
Does she try to do that while you're writing, or what does she do while you're working?
So usually she because I work all the way upstairs. Our house is 3 stories high, so I work all the way upstairs. So she usually ends up downstairs where it's a bit cooler, because this is the hottest room in the house. But when she does come up, like in the winter, she just sleeps on my feet. She doesn't really interrupt at all. She knows she'll get her walk right after lunchtime, and then the boys will be home around 3 after school. So she knows she just sleeps on my feet. When she was a puppy, she was definitely up and down and wanted more attention, but now she's 2, so she just kind of sleeps on my feet the whole time.
So
thank you.
In thinking about like books we've read and growing up, and even books we read now, do you have a favorite animal from literature?
I think my favorite animal from literature is probably Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
I love Winnie the Pooh, and I grew up loving Winnie the Pooh. And I think it's just that the simple pleasures in life. He's so sweet and naive and lovely, and just being able to love those simple pleasures in life. And I think that's so important. And it's certainly something I really struggle with, is just calm down and enjoy this moment. And but yeah, I think that's why. What about you?
I have so many, but I think, and I've heard this over and over in authors I've talked to too, is Charlotte's Web.
I was going to say Wilbur or Charlotte, but yeah.
Yeah, and also some animals I discovered as an adult, as a teacher when I was teaching elementary students. Winn-Dixie from Because of Winn-Dixie,
Okay.
a children's book about a dog, a stray dog, and Sounder,
Okay.
a dog from another book. So yeah, there's quite a few as well. I just love them, love animals, and love reading about them. So you talk about loving Winnie the Pooh all the time growing up. Did you have a pet growing up?
So we mostly had cats growing up. We didn't really have dogs until I was a teenager, and then we had beagles.
Oh, yes.
Beagles are fantastic as well, but with a beagle, you have to keep them on the lead the whole time because otherwise they will just run and they won't come back because they're a hound dog, so they're kind of guided by their nose. And because we live in London, we just want a dog that will stay kind of close to us. So we thought Golden Retriever might actually be a better idea for that. And we don't have to keep her on the lead. She kind of potters around and she always makes sure that we're in sight.
That's great. Yeah, we had a beagle growing up named Freckles, and
Aw.
and we also had a golden retriever. So yeah, great,
Yeah.
great pups.
Yeah, great.
Tell us what you're working on now. What do you have coming up next for readers?
So I'm working on a book coming out. It's called Do No Harm, and it's coming out in February of 2021. And it's about a doctor whose son is diagnosed with a really rare form of leukemia. And in order to pay for this really rare type of life-saving treatment that she needs, she takes the very risky decision to start selling opioids.
Oh, wow.
So throughout the course of being a doctor selling opioids, she obviously gets involved with some dark and dangerous people and drawn into the drug world. And throughout the course of this, somebody is murdered, somebody is killed. And then she is investigated by the town's lead detective, who is also her husband. So she's trying to evade the different dodgy characters, as well as get away from her husband, as well as evade her husband's. Yeah.
That sounds fabulous. I can't wait. So that's coming in February.
February, yeah. And I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
Me too. Wonderful. So if Tango were to describe you in 3 words, how might she do that?
I think she would say silly, because I always sing to her. And I make up really weird words, just really funny words. She'd say cuddly, because I cuddle her probably as much as she cuddles me. And safe. I'm like her mom. I'm her dog mom, you know. So
Great.
silly, cuddly, and safe.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Christina,
Yeah.
for taking time to be with us today and sharing Tango with us. And we will be on the lookout for Do No Harm coming in February of 2021.
That's correct.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much for having me.
much. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.